in a bold move this morning. I am doing the PS at the beginning. What I would like to say is the heart of this message is actually toward the end of the video. So if you don't want to watch the preface, I would say forward to about the 6-minute mark. Otherwise, start at the beginning and watch through to the end, because the heart and soul of this Good Morning Love episode is toward the end. And that's not BS, that's truth. Good morning, love. This is the Everything is Improvised Today edition of Good Morning Love, especially created for you here on YouTube. This morning when I woke up, I was lounging still, my head on the pillow, my hand on my heart, my phone on my chest beneath my heart, and I was recording Good Morning Love. Because Good Morning Love started with a daily Facebook message. And since I can't write normally, hello, right hand, sutured finger on both sides, impossible to hold writing utensils or type normally. So I've moved into dictation time, the dictation era. And I delivered this very heartfelt message. And when I took my phone from my chest, nothing had been recorded. I could decide this is a tragedy. How dare this not get recorded? I was brilliant in that first dictation. It would have been the Good Morning Love, the best ever. Instead of being a Dickensian, it's the best of times, it was the worst of times. Did you know that it was the best of times, it was the worst of times phrase from the opening paragraph of Dickens' Tale of Two Cities is actually one long, beautifully written run-on sentence? I should memorize that as a monologue. So now I'm coming to you with my tripod being a stack of books on my desk, because I have lots of stacks of books sitting around. Probably wouldn't surprise you. Here, I'll put an image so you can see what I'm looking at. So I won't have my phone. My phone is where the candle is, just so you can get an image of that. And now I'm getting a cup of coffee because I didn't think that I could record Good Morning Love anymore without a cup of coffee. Sometimes rough drafts are better than the final, and you just have to go with it. There's a part of me that says, I don't want y'all to see my messy middle form of life that I'm living right now. I want you to see the done edition, the erased things, the edited things, not the stuff that I'm trying to get through, not these moments of modeled darkness. I want you to see as close to perfection as I can get. But instead, we're doing this, hand unsteadily holding the phone and the coffee. By the way, I'm recording this Good Morning Love episode while on Focusmate, one of my favorite tools that I use to make sure I keep my butt in my seat and get my work done. And it's funny because both of my Focusmate partners commented on how awake I look. And I'm like, what? I'm half asleep. What are you talking about? And I said, oh, I'm wearing lipstick and I put mascara on. Right now, we're sitting across the screen from my friend in the UK. I was surprised to see him here, and I'm very delighted because he's a great partner to work with in creativity. So anyway, just a quick segue. So I wanted to read some of what I wrote because I feel like it's relevant. I talked to you in Good Morning Love, and I just wanted to nod to what happens every morning, except this week I didn't write as much because my brain wasn't in the right place, and I had not yet discovered how fun it is to write by dictation. But when we are people who do our best to pay attention, to tell stories, to connect with one another heart to heart, soul to soul, moment to moment, it can be frustrating when we can't do the things we normally do. Another option is to simply accept awkward mistakes and continue to move forward with love. To simply record again while being passionately detached from the outcome I'd originally expected, reclining with my hand on my heart less than 20 minutes ago when I felt like I had said exactly the right message for today. The soulful side of me says something like, there must be someone out there who is in need of hearing a story of when things you thought you were collecting and holding dear were lost in the ethers, and yet you were able to continue to move on. The breadcrumbs you carefully left to find your way back to where you were disappeared. This new version, it will do for now and even forever if that's what was meant to be. The earlier recording went something like this. I spoke my emotions, my witness of how I'm healing, insights that I've been having, and observations I wanted to share with you. The brief synopsis. I wrote of scars, ones that are visible, ones that are invisible. The healing of scars from my past, on my face, on my back, and now the ones on my hand that I can't see now, but will be quite visible to me soon. I spoke of the week ahead, in particular the experiences that await and the hopeful outcomes from those experiences. Perhaps later today I will record again, see if some of those newly lost memories will choose to resurface and make themselves known. And I just realized that I published duplication here, but I'm just going to leave it. I hope your weekend starts with a note or two of optimism, even in the face of challenges or disturbing thoughts or having to experience things you would rather not. I love that paragraph. All done by dictation. All written in ways I would rather have not written 2 weeks ago. Yet one of the most valuable lessons that I will expound on more, and my finger is not happy. My finger literally went pulse, pulse, pulse as I said that. It's okay, finger, I treasure you. So one of the things that I've realized through this time of healing is that part of my personal story with writing is that I have been writing before I was literate. When I was a little girl, pre-kindergarten, just learning to form letters and use big, thick crayons, you know, the ones we use in kindergarten, to write. I would dictate letters to my mother. I loved writing letters. The heart of writing letters, the heart of writing for me, period, is about translating what is in my heart to connect with you. So what I learned, that for me, writing, while it is from my hand, usually, and that process of writing with my hand is a physical act that has so much meaning and depth and can take me to places where speaking won't. I've also learned and reminded myself that the little girl inside of me started this whole writing thing by speaking. And in those days, it was my mother who caught my words and translated them into form, into shapes and lines, which I then took big, thick crayons and wrote on construction paper what my heart wanted to tell whoever I was writing letters to, whether it was my grandmother, my granny, or my young aunt, who I also wrote to, or to Santa, which was really more like praying, actually. But I didn't know then that I could write prayers, so instead I wrote letters to Santa, dictated to my mom. This has been a revelation. And you'll be hearing more about this in the days and weeks to come. I close my good morning love with something like, oh, there it is, I can read my Chromebook over here. I wrote, may you be treasured. May you feel valued and know your worth. May you wake up tomorrow morning feeling refreshed, grateful, and know that you are loved, and be able to move forward with vision, with hope, with optimism. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Good morning, love.